Fellow Biafrans, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are. It pains my heart to bring this touching and disturbing information to the Biafrans in the house. The information reaching us here is that all is not well with Nnamdi Kanu. They have developed a heart ailment, which is making it difficult for him to breathe well and making it difficult for him to feel comfortable. I want to call our mind back to a video I made some couple of months ago. I cannot remember the date or the month precisely, but I made it clear, maybe either some months ago or last year, where I said that federal government is going to release Nnamdi Kanu. They really want him to die in that DSS. But the condition they are going to release Nnamdi Kanu, this is just an assumption, please. It's just an assumption. I know he have been complaining about ear problem, heart problem, and so on and so forth. And I made it clear that these people want Nnamdi Kanu dead, and they will release him based on maybe when his life remains just only 5 or 10% to live. And Nnamdi Kanu also made it clear when he have an outburst in court that these people want to kill me, that maybe they will decide to leave me when my life is almost over on edge. I had made that my video before he made that outburst in court. So as it stands now, we have a court to hear Nnamdi Kanu motion seeking to transfer him to National Hospital, which is today, being Monday. All is not well with our leader. And what I said is a kind of prophecy is beginning to manifest. I'm not saying that Nnamdi Kanu is going to die. I'm not saying that maybe Zoo is waiting for his life to remain 10%. But you cannot take it away from the fact that these people don't want Nnamdi Kanu living. That is one thing you have to bring to notice. They have been injecting some substance in Nnamdi Kanu's system that nobody is aware of, either through food. And I also want to remind us when Nnamdi Kanu cried out that it seems there is something they are injecting into the air condition inside his cell that made him, whenever he is inhaling those things, it makes him to be going weaker and weaker and weaker. So what could that thing be? They are silently killing Nnamdi Kanu in detention. But it's going to surprise them. I swear to God, it's going to surprise them. And if anything happens to Nnamdi Kanu, Nigeria will never be the same. It is not a threat. This is just a simple truth, which every Biafran out there is ready to do the needful. If such happens, even if they release Nnamdi Kanu, his life remaining 10%, and the young man, after coming outside, he later died, Nigerian government is going to hear from the Biafrans. This is not 1967 or 1966, where they are massacring us the way they like, where they are declaring war on us, where Soviet Union that comprises of 13 countries fought against Biafrans. We never forget about Egypt, the role they play. We never forget about UK, the role they play, and other Western allies who hide their identity, but they are sending their best pilots that is throwing bombs in the Biafran territory. My people, and the information why I carry come to us this morning. But before we proceed to read the news, please help me to circulate this message. Let it go to appropriate authorities of the Biafran government. I'm not talking about appropriate authorities of the international community, but definitely they're not going to do anything because this thing have been there for many years, because it is to their own advantage. So they're not going to do anything. So to appropriate authorities, every quarter that is representing Biafra, whether you are fighting the Biafrans, whether you are fighting the independence of Biafra through the USB, through the Brigade, through the MASOB, through the Biafran Nations League, every platform that you are agitating for the freedom of Biafrans, my brother, please help me to circulate this message. Let it get to everybody. We're going to ready because let it not be when it happen tomorrow, or this na mama Nnamdi Kanu no yanwo, because that's the mindset of some people. Each time I make a prophecy, or rather I make a predictions about some certain things, either Nnamdi Kanu or Samunepa or the Biafrans, I will get a backlash. But that will not stop me from saying things the way it is. So, and another news here we are going to look into is also this our walking dead. I call him a walking dead because his spirits have left him long time ago. Peter will be not meeting with good Lord Jonathan to seek his support, Satanko. He's walking up and down. Yesterday he was with OBJ, Ladoja, which is Olubadan and whoever in Ogun State, thinking that OBJ as a Yoruba man, Olubadan as a Yoruba man is going to support him. What happened between him and Lex Doyin Okupe? Supposed to teach this guy a lesson that Yorubas, no matter how bad, no matter how no matter in disunity they might be, my brother, listen and listen good. They will never betray their own people. That is one thing about Yoruba. Now, only Igbos will say, even if you are in good time with them, they will betray you. You are in bad time with them, that one is the worst part. They will even do everything to make sure that they tarnish your image. But these people, OBJ and Tunumbu, is in a loggerheads, but they still want that power to remain on the southwest in the Yoruba hands. So why is this walking corpse, or maybe I will call him an outcast, walking up and down, all in the name of want to become a president? No problem. Let's see what happens. My people, I beg, let us start our news. Happy Monday to you all once again. May the God Almighty continue to protect us, preserve us, and see us through. Please, at the comment section, do me a favor. Pray for Nnamdi Kanu in any language you understand, in any character you understand. Whether you are going to do it in traditional way, you are going to do it in a church way, you are going to do it in a biblical way. Even if not to use Ogu, just pray that nothing happens to our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. And as you do that, may God continue to also protect your life, guide you, and give you a healthy body, so that you will live to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Have a nice day, and may the good Lord bless us. In a development that underscores ongoing concerns over the health of the then leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, the Federal High Court in Abuja is scheduled to hear a criminal motion on Monday, September 15, which is today. The motion filed on behalf of Kanu, the IPOB leader, seeks his immediate transfer from the custody of the Department of State Service DSS to the National Hospital in Abuja for urgent medical treatment. The motion is questioned. The motion in question was filed on September 3 of 2025 under the suit number FHE-ABJ/ABJ/CR/383/2015 by Kanu's lead counsel, Chief Kanu Agabi, SAN. It was initially granted ex parte without the other party present by Justice Musa Limen during the court's vacation period, allowing for an expedite hearing due to the urgency of the matter. Justice Liman emphasized that the right to health is as fundamental as the right to life, justifying the vacation court's intervention. Supporting the application is a 14-page affidavit deposed by Emmanuel Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu's younger brother. According to the affidavit, Kanu recently reported severe weakness and body pains, prompting the family to involve medical experts. On September 1 of 2025, a team of doctors led by Emeritus Professor Austin A.C. Agaji examined Kanu and reviewed tests conducted in August. The diagnosis revealed serious health issues, including problems with his liver and kidneys, dangerously low potassium levels, a swelling in the armpit area requiring immediate investigation and also treatment. The doctors recommended transferring Kanu to the National Hospital as an interim measure to prevent further deterioration, especially given the constraint of his confinement in DSS custody. Agabi argued that in the motion that Kanu's health is rapidly declining, and a letter from the medical team to the DSS Director General urging the transfer has gone unanswered. He stressed that granting the motion would not prejudice the DSS or the federal government, as it is a temporary step, while Kanu's brother bail application filed on May 19 of 2025, but delayed by the court vacation, remains pending. Kanu himself had previously voiced complaints about his treatment during court appearances, alleging in one season before Justice Binta Iyako that he was receiving a nonsense medication for a pre-existing heart condition and was being patched up. inadequately. His lawyer, including Uchenna Njoko SAN, retreated during the ex parte hearing that the request is not for full release or bail, but for monitored specialist care at a proper facility. The hearing is set for Monday before Justice Lehman, who had directed that all court processes be served on the respondents, the DSS, and the Attorney General of the Federation, so they can present their case. Agabi assured the court that the application falls within its jurisdiction and it is necessary to avert a health crisis. If approved, the transfer would allow Kanu access to advanced diagnostics and treatment, potentially including biopsies, and for the anti-swelling and management of his organ-related issues. Legal observers know that this motion highlights broader human rights concerns in high-profile detentions in Nigeria. Amnesty International and the groups have previously criticized the DSS for denying Kanu adequate medical access, echoing similar complaints from other detainees. The outcome could influence public discourse on prisoner rights and the handling of the separatist cases. Moving forward, Peter Obi's meeting with Goodluck is not to seek his support. The national coordinator of the Obedient Movement Worldwide, Yanusa Tanko, has stated that former presidential candidate Peter Obi did not visit ex-white President Goodluck Jonathan to seek political backing. Nigerian news report that Obi recently had a closed-door meeting with Jonathan. However, Tanko, while speaking with Punch, clarified that Pale was not politically motivated but centered on national issues and discourse. He disclosed that the duo had been meeting without the public's awareness. He said the relationship between Obi and Jonathan has been going on for a very long time, so it has nothing to do with the continuous engagement that they have. It is about the country. Both Jonathan and Obi have been meeting without even the notice of the public. In fact, people didn't pick any interest in it until when talks about Jonathan getting into the ring of contest started going viral. That is when people started showing interest in that regard. But they have a very good working relationship, so it is not as if it's all about seeking his support. Don't forget, Jonathan in a statement is also gradually becoming one. The country is currently on the brink. What we should be concerned about is how to rescue their so-called country. So, my wonderful people, this message is coming from the table of Okute Daily Talk, or you can refer me or address me as Okulora1 Nation. Happy Monday to you all once again. It shall be well with all of us. It shall be well with our families. It shall be well with anything that we leave our hands to do from this day onward. Ka Chineke jike niile gozie nwoke gozie nwaanyị, mere anyị amara, gosi anyị ụzọ ziri ezi site n'afọ Nna na Nwa na nke Mmụọ Nsọ. Ise.